Welcome to the OPFL Day of Champions here at Alumni Field on the campus of the University of Windsor. Hello everyone, I'm Rick Burns alongside the coach, Ross Pettigrew, and today we have all three divisions playing for the championship. First we'll start off with the Bantams, and it's going to be the Cumberland Panthers against the hometown Essex Ravens. Ross, this should be a good one.
Well, it is going to be a good one, Rick, and I think one of the reasons it'll be a good one is these teams have played each other before, and the Ravens had a significant win, 36-0, I think the score was. But you can't undersell and underwrite this Cumberland Panthers team because they have improved throughout the year. It's going to be a good game.
Absolutely. And what can we expect from the Ravens?
I think the Ravens are probably going to pound the ball. I know they've been working on the pass a lot during practice this week. I wouldn't be surprised to see them come out maybe throwing Cumberland off balance a little bit by going to the air pretty soon in this game.
What about Cumberland's tendency?
I think they're probably going to keep it on the ground for the most part. They might go to the air the odd time, but they really rely on the running game.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, the Ravens did beat them handily, but in a one-game winner-take-all, as we've seen before, anything can happen. As I mentioned, we do have all three games. The junior varsity game will be at 3:30, and the senior varsity will be at 7 o'clock. It's a full day of football here at the Alumni Field. Stay tuned for all three games here on your TV. We'll be back with the opening kickoff of the first game right after this.
To keep up to date with all of your local sports teams, including the Windsor Spitfires, Windsor Lancers, and St. Clair Saints, and many more, tune into That Sports Show on your TV. News, interviews, and insight from players and coaches from the Windsor-Essex area. We'll see you there.
Thank you.
Thanks to your support of the Warriamps Key Tag service, anything is possible for child amputees. All of our artificial limbs, all of the resources, the seminars, the emotional support, having a positive attitude, all of that is from the Warriamps. Thanks to your support, the Warriamps are changing child amputees' lives every day.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm John Fairley, host of Face to Face on your TV, truly local television. Watch us on Channel 11 or 700 HT. You won't want to miss it.
And welcome back to Alumni Field here on the campus at the University of Windsor. We have a day of football for you here on your TV as the first game of our triple header is the Cumberland Panthers against the hometown Essex Ravens. This is the Bantam Division, Ross. We will have the Junior Division at 3:30 and then the Senior Division at 7 o'clock.
Now, Rick, you may have to nudge me to keep me awake.
I thought you were going to have to do that to me.
Well, we'll be nudging each other then,
That's
particularly about halfway through the varsity game tonight.
Yeah, we'll tell Cliff out in the truck if he hears snoring, yell at us through the headset. Yeah, he's got an air horn. We're good. So the Ravens won the toss and have deferred.
Now, are they going to get aggressive from the get-go and do one of their patented short kicks? We'll see.
It's, well, yeah.
You never know with Coach Mills.
It's kind of in the Ravens' DNA to do that, but like I say, we'll definitely see what happens.
Well, you know something? I'll be honest with you. You know what I'd do? Put them deep, make them go the length of the field.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. That's pretty much what they're doing as the opening kickoff is taken at the 22-yard line by number 8. That's Jalen Guy. And Guy only gets 10 yards on the return out to the 32 before he's swallowed up by a host of Ravens led by Tashawn French Robert.
Ravens did a great job of covering that kickoff, Rick, and I think it was placed nicely. It didn't go too deep, so that the returners got time to set it up. they had to get the ball, and by the time that guy got the ball, the Ravens were all over him.
Yep. So Cumberland will start from their own 32-yard line. From the shotgun, the pitch back to number 35. That's Khalid Campbell. And Campbell didn't get back to the line of scrimmage as the Ravens, with great coverage, followed him all the way to the outside.
Boy, the Ravens really flowed to the ball nicely on that one, Rick. Great pursuit. And that's what the Ravens want to do. I think they're playing pretty well for the Cumberland team to run the ball most of the time. And when they come out in a running formation, I think you're going to see basically a 43 front from the Ravens. They might mix that up a bit if they see them come out in a spread look.
On second down, another handoff to Campbell.
I think the Ravens jumped.
Yeah, the flag's all over the place. So wait and see what the call is here.
Well, the Ravens are hoping that they got drawn offside, but looked to me like the Ravens were offside.
Yep. Well, the Ravens did what other team, which we've seen do, is run up to the line and stop to try and get the offense to jump. But you do have to stop before the line, and I think there were a couple that didn't that time. So it'll bring up a second down and 5.
It's the right call.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Shad in the shotgun, hands the ball off again to Campbell. And Campbell's going to be shy of the first down by about a yard. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like about the 41. They need to get to the 42. So it'll be third down and 1. And for those that have watched our telecast all year, the junior varsity and the varsity play 3 downs. The Bantam play 4. So this is a 4-down game. The next 2 will be 3 downs.
Ravens are going cover 1 again, which means they're playing run all the way.
Yep. This time Shad goes up under center. And he's going to do the quarterback keeper and get more than he needs for a first down. He needed a yard. He got about 5. So a nice run by Shad, ducking over to his left side.
Nice play call by head coach Sean Baptiste of the Cumberland Panthers. He emptied his backfield, gave a look like, hey, we might throw the ball. And the quarterback kept it, just found the opening, took it for the first down. Good job by Cumberland.
So a fresh set of downs from the 47-yard line. Shad back in shotgun. Looking downfield, he's got pressure and escaped one tackler, but couldn't escape the other 2 as he was brought down by Caleb Drulard.
You made a good point, Rick. They could have had him for about another 4 or 5 yards back, but he got out of the first wave of tacklers, escaped from them, but second wave just brought him down.
Yeah. So it'll be second down and 13 as they are back inside their 45 at the 44-yard line. The handoff to Campbell again, and this time he is stuffed. Well, Campbell seems to be their go-to guy, but Joseph Fillion wasn't buying it, number 99. There was also another Raven in there. I'm not quite sure who that number was, but...
Well, the Ravens have done a good job so far of shutting down the run.
So it'll be 3rd and 11, and we might possibly see the first pass by Cumberland. As Shad back in the shotgun. We have no receivers on this side of the field. They hand the ball off to Campbell, and he loses a yard.
Once again, Cumberland was trying to decoy the Ravens by spreading 3 receivers out left. It did take some of the coverage unit, part of the coverage over there, but good job by the Ravens on the front set there of being disciplined.
So it will be 4th down and 12. Low punt is taken at the 43-yard line by Simpson, and Simpson, good coverage by Cumberland, as he only got about an 8-yard return. We'll call it 9, out across the 50 to the 51-yard line.
Simpson did a nice
52.
job. I'm sorry, Rick.
Oh,
Simpson did a nice job of securing the ball, but one thing he's going to have to learn is don't stop when you're returning the ball. Just when you start running with the ball, keep going.
Keep going, yeah. So the Ravens, with their first possession, hand the ball off, and tripped up after a 5-yard gain was Jaden Bush.
Well, we're taking a look at it again, Rick. And he just tripped up. He could have, that was wide open. He could have gone quite a distance if he hadn't been tripped.
Justin Belanger, the number 12 for Cumberland, just caught the ankle. Another handoff for about 4.
Well, Ravens right now are doing the same thing Ottawa did. They're keeping it on the ground.
Yep. This time they went to Tayshaun Jackson.
But you know, when it works, why change it?
Oh, for sure. Until you can stop me, I'm going to keep doing it, right?
You bet.
This time Staley goes up under center. It's 3rd down and about 3. Handoff to the back, and Cumberland is going to make the stop. So a good defensive series for both teams to start this game.
Cumberland did a great job of swarming to the ball.
Yeah.
And there was nowhere to go. And one of the things I think you've got it when you take a look at it, we're getting a bit of a sideline look here on it. You've got to see a little bit more surge on the offensive line. They stood up a little bit too much, and that takes away some of the drive coming off the ball.
Yeah. So the Ravens will punt. Nice high kick. Bounces straight up in the air, taken at the 25-yard line. That's Guy at number 8, Jalen Guy. And Guy with a nice return out to the 44-yard line.
Great field position for the Panthers to start their second drive.
About a 15-yard return. .445 to go here in the opening quarter. We have no score. Each team has had 1 possession. And the defense for both teams have held up strong. That pass on the outside is Rydell. And we got a flag on the far side of the field.
Might have been a procedure call on Ottawa. I didn't see anything that would indicate it was a penalty on the Ravens, but... yeah, the Ottawa player went offside.
I thought the receiver on the far side, and it might even have been Rydell who caught the ball, was a little bit about a yard.
Well, we're taking a look at it, and yes, there's no question.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure it was the one who cut the ball,
No,
because
I think
the other receiver was way downfield.
Yeah, I think you're right, Russ. I think it was 81 Valancourt that, because Rydell came back to the ball for the throw, so.
Valancourt just wanted to get way out there so nobody be around him when he caught the ball.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the official on the far side saw him.
So first down repeated. This time 1st and 15 from the 39-yard line. And they go back on the ground.
Well, that's a nice run.
Nice 8-yard, 9-yard run. That was Alexander Boyle with the run that time.
Once again, we're taking a look at it from field view. And a nice ball security on the part of, I think it was number 11, was it, Rick? The ball carrier?
Cumberland seems to be switching things up here as Boyle gets again. Ball's on the ground. And Shad, the quarterback, very alert on the play to fall on it because there were 2 Ravens right there in the area.
Right there. We'll take a look at it. And it just wasn't a mess up in the handoff. He just didn't get the ball put away properly. And the Ravens were Johnny on the spot and almost fell on it.
Yeah. So it'll be a 3rd down and 10. We'll call it a 5-yard loss on that. The first series we saw them with Campbell, the go-to guy in the backfield, and this time it seems to be Boyle. I don't see Campbell out on the field. And that and Shad's gonna take off, and he's got nothing but green ahead of him. Wolfie Shad, touchdown Cumberland.
And, you know, it looked from up here like a broken play.
It was. He fumbled the ball. He went to throw it, and he fumbled it in his hand, so he took off with it.
But, you know, Cumberland will take the 6.
Absolutely.
And maybe 7.
Yeah.
Cumberland's done well on the ground, Rick. In the 2 playoff games, they've totaled 526 yards. That's a lot. And they only yielded 135 to their opponent.
Wow.
In total yards. That's pretty good. And they played, the last game they played was against the Ottawa Sooners, and they're a pretty good program too.
Sure are. And the extra point is good.
Well, we'll take a look at it, and we'll see that certainly threw off the play. But, you know, the Ravens were pursuing to the ball, and he did a great job, Wolfie Shad did, of maintaining possession of the ball and recovering from that and taking it the distance. Nice job.
Watch here, Ross.
We'll see it again.
Number 5 for the Ravens. That was Simpson. Go for his legs. At that point, you're the last line of defense. You got to take him down.
You know, I'm not sure if he felt that maybe if he went for his legs, he would have had to gather himself a little bit and he would have escaped. But if he got him by the legs, he would have been on the ground.
Yep. So Cumberland, on their second possession of the game, takes it down for the touchdown. Short kick taken at the 35-yard line by Namuro. And Namuro gets about 10 up to the 45. So the Ravens will have their second opportunity with the ball.
We've got, as far as the Ravens running game, we've only got the stats, haven't got from the playoff games. We got them from the season. And they almost had 1,900 yards on the ground, but they gave up almost 1,000 to their opponents. So, you know, the Ravens obviously are able to pile up the yards, but they've got to keep Cumberland from doing the same.
Yeah, the first pass of the game, wide open downfield, was Kautuk and dropped. He had nobody around him as he pulled a move on Nathaniel Beauvais, and Beauvais bought into the double move.
Sometimes you get so excited when you're that wide open,
wow.
You just decide to run with the ball before you secure it.
Yep. Good pass by Staley, right on the money.
Oh, it's a great throw. You want to track it right in and get that ball in your hands and then think about running. Even pros make those mistakes.
Oh,
right?
for sure. We see it at all levels. I would keep that play in the back of the mind of the playbook, though.
Oh, I think they will.
Oh, yeah. Jackson this time with a run, gets about 4 on the play, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 out at the 40. Here they spot it. About the 48 and a half, I'd say.
Be interesting to see 3rd down. They're going to air it out. They could have had success the last time, and they're spreading the field a little bit.
Yeah. No, they hand the ball off to Simpson on not quite a jet sweep, but started out that way, but he cut it up the middle instead of going all the way.
He did. He cut it up, and that was a wise move.
Yeah. He saw the opening, so he cut upfield,
and we'll take a look at it again. But that was designed to go there.
I think so, yeah. But when you see the replay, yes, I believe you're right. Because that was quite a hole. I think Cumberland might have expected him to go outside, too.
Very, very possible.
Yeah. In any event, it is a 1st down. Back to throw, wide open. And this time it is caught for the touchdown.
A little bobble.
A little bobble, but Cowtuck made up for the drop pass earlier as he just blew by the defender.
Kodiak's a pretty good receiver.
Oh, he just flat out outran him. Little juggle ball again.
Well, he does make it interesting.
Well, sometimes those easy passes are the hardest to catch, right?
they really are.
There's nobody around you. It's right on the money. It's like, oh, okay, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. Extra point down, and it is good. Okay, a little bit of hesitation. They weren't sure if it went over.
Here we have it on replay, Rick. Well, look at the little bobble on the part of Kodiak, but you know something? Once he secured it, he took it into the end zone.
Yeah. So we are all knotted up at 7 with 43 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter.
You know, Staley this year, he's 14 for 47. He's only had a 29, almost a 30% completion rate for 349 yards. And the backup quarterback is a better percentage rate, but he doesn't play as much, and that's Nicholas Domovsky. And he's 11 for 23, 48% completion percentage. But Staley throws the long ball because the average length of his throws in the run and catch are 58 yards.
Yeah. He definitely throws a nice tight spiral on it.
He does.
Simpson kicks it off. It's taken at the 21-yard line by Guy. And Guy gets up to the 50 and is finally brought down at the 51-yard line.
Nice return, but I'm not sure how well the Ravens stayed in their lanes because there were a lot of open spaces for the return.
Yeah. So Cumberland scored a touchdown. The Ravens came right back and got one of their own to tie it. And now we'll see how Cumberland responds to that.
Well, seesaw right now.
The handoff in the backfield to Boyle again. Boyle back in for this series, and I don't see Campbell anywhere on the field, and he was the go-to guy in that first series. So
I didn't see him.
Hopefully it's not an injury that's keeping him out, but...
For the Ravens, Aiden Dodson that time, he's not going to make the tackle if he just reaches. You've got to wrap them.
So it'll be a 2nd down and 7. Ball just shy of midfield. And they go back on the ground again to Boyle. And Boyley's going to gain, see where they mark it. He'll gain about 3 on the play. So
he was brought down by Heath Chandler's son, Sonny Chandler.
Yes, he was.
Nice tackle on the play. And I guess that's the end of the quarter.
It is. And that was a quick quarter of play. Exciting quarter.
It was. I should mention Heath Chandler was the Bantam coach last year, and he's taking a year away from coaching football, and hopefully he'll be back on the sideline in some capacity with the Ravens next season.
So the teams will switch ends for the second quarter here, and we started out and started with some good defense on both sides. Then the offense said, you know what? We're going to wake up now.
And they have.
They sure have. So this will be a third down and call it 4, a long 4. They go back, and that's going to be shy as they go back to Boyle.
You know, I would be surprised to see Coach Baptiste say, let's go for it.
Yeah.
They've got about a yard, less than a yard, maybe a little bit less than a yard. I think he's going for it.
That was Chandler again on the tackle.
And you'll see the Ravens. They're staying in cover 1 and they're even walking the safety right up. There's no way they think they're gonna throw the ball.
Well, they're gonna do the quarterback keeper again, and I don't know. It's gonna be tight. Of course, the Raven players say he didn't get it, but we'll see what the official.
They got to measure.
I was gonna say we may need a measurement on this. No, they're not. They're gonna give it to him.
No, I think Coach Mills is not real happy with the spot. We'll take a look at it. Tough to tell from that angle whether or not he made it, because it wasn't straight across where the ball was the line of scrimmage.
No, that's right. Another run. This time it's Mayorino, as they've got a host of running backs they're using tonight,
and
this afternoon.
That's going to keep them fresh.
Yes.
And that pays off in the fourth quarter.
So Mayorino remains in the backfield, along with Shad, the quarterback. Is fumbled, and the pass is caught by number 9. That's Epale. And that didn't look pretty, but it was effective for 8 yards.
Well, we'll take a look at it, and if you take a look at it, I think it was Dylan Candle for the Ravens had pretty good coverage.
He did.
But it was a nice catch in spite of that, and it's very close to another first down for the Panthers.
So it'll be third down and a little over a yard.
Nice drive for the team in blue.
Yep. The handoff, and I don't think he's going to get it, as that was Marino, and that should bring up a fourth down and short.
And you know they're going for it.
And Coach Mills is not happy with that spot. He is really, really mad on the sideline.
He wants everybody up. He wants every lane filled. No running lanes at all.
Well, now Shad goes up under center. I thought he was going to go from the shotgun, which kind of surprised me. And I don't know if he got it or not. That's going to be tight. Actually, Raven came up with the ball. I don't know. That is one heck of a favorable spot. Wow.
You know, it's difficult to get the spot right on, but it looks to me like it's a first down. well, you know, all you can do is wait and see what the sticks say.
Well, judging from where the ball is, I think they've got it.
I think it's a first.
Yeah. So another first down. Tell you, Cumberland is getting the job done on short yardage.
They sure are.
Some of it not by much, but it doesn't have to be. Back on the ground, and maybe a yard and a half gain on the play was Marino.
Good surge by the Ravens defensive line on that one.
Well, they're going to give him a 2-yard gain down to the 36-yard line.
Cumberland's doing a good job of, you know, doing a little bit of mixing up. They're not going to the air, but they're mixing it up on the ground, and it's keeping the Ravens just a little bit off guard.
Yep. Back on the ground again, and it's Boyley back in the game at running back. And he's going to gain about 4 on the play.
Fillion hit him. Joseph Fillion hit him, but he didn't push him back. The effect of what happened, he spun off him a bit and picked up some extra yardage. And we'll see it on the replay here.
So it'll bring up a 3rd down. A little over 5 yards. And Shad looking to pass, and nothing open downfield. And he might gain a yard on that play, but everybody was covered downfield.
But, you know, so it's interesting because now they're obviously not going to go for the field goal. It doesn't look like there's a punter coming onto the field. I think they're going to keep it on the ground and go again.
Yeah.
Although with 4th down, and, you know, it's kind of risky to put it in the air if you haven't been doing it. I don't know how much faith they have in their passing game, but it's going to be interesting on this play.
Oh, and that's what they're going to do. Ball's in the air and through the hands of the intended receiver, Austin Howard. And they will turn it over on downs.
Looked like he was fairly open, Rick. We'll see if we can catch it on the replay.
That's what I think even he thinks he should have had is a little high.
A little high.
Yeah.
Yep, a little high. Now, if he had been 6'5", he probably would have caught it.
There you go. And he definitely was beyond the 1st down marker, so.
Oh, for sure.
So the Ravens make a stop, and we'll see what they can do as they scored a touchdown on their last possession. And handed off to Kodiak. And Kodiak gained maybe a yard on the play.
He should maybe get Luke Wilson of the Lions to autograph that jersey. They're wearing the same number.
There you go. Well, he was wearing 82. Is he going to wear it this year?
I think so. That's what his jersey is, the ones they're selling.
For the Lions?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen one. Yeah. Little quick handoff up the middle. As Dylan Simpson gains a few on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and a long 5, we'll say.
Well, the play's been sent in with Reese Staley. Coach Mills has given them the word, and we'll have to see if they're going to go upstairs or if they're going to keep it on the ground. But I think the punt team is going to be hot right now.
They do keep it on the ground and running up the middle with a great run for the Ravens. It was Tayshawn Jackson, and I think Cumberland was expecting him to pass too on that.
I think they were expecting a pass, and we'll see it. And there was a nice surge of the offensive line. They stand up a little bit too soon, which takes away some of their drive, but they are Bantam players.
Yes.
But they did have some nice blocks in there, and it was a nice run, nice first down for the Ravens.
First down up across the 45 to the 46. They go back on the ground to Jackson, and this time Jackson maybe a yard on the play.
They came out in the I formation, and I thought they maybe run an isolation, but they sent the fullback one way, and the running back, the tailback, went the other way. Probably would have been better to follow his fullback up through the hole.
Yeah. So we'll call it a second down and 9. The pitch back to Jackson. Jackson gets out to the 50-yard line. That'll bring up a third down and 6.
Nice job of Jackson securing the ball as well. Take a look at nice toss there. And boy, he cut it up inside very nicely. And secured the ball and sets up a third, and quite a distance to go though.
Yeah, 3rd and 6. 2:50 to go here in the first half. They fake the handoff. Scrambling around is Staley. He's going to keep. And he's going to go down at the line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up a 4th down.
Staley's a fine young quarterback, but he does not have the speed to outrun a defensive back.
No.
And you'll see it. All they did was string it right out. It was a play action, attempted, it was going to be a play action pass, but he just ran sideways. He ran a long way, but all sideways, east and west. And he doesn't have the speed to really do that.
No. Jake Henderson, the defensive back, came in to make the stop. So 4th down, the Ravens will punt. And that didn't go very far, as that was Dylan Simpson, the wide receiver, doing the punting, and he just kind of shanked that one off the side of his foot.
I'm not sure if Coach Mills told him to kick it out of bounds or not. Glenn Mills does a lot of the coaching, of course, but Joe Rabideau is also, it's like they're co-head coaches running this Bantam team. And through the year, they've done a fine job. You know something, Rick, when you get to this game, the title game, in any league, you're a good team.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't get there by accident.
No, that's right. A fake pass. And that's not going to go anywhere. Right back to the line of scrimmage. The Ravens didn't bite on that one at all. That was Ethan Riem, the linebacker, in there first to get a hold of Shad.
And Shad does a good job of escaping when it's necessary.
He sure does. Shad back to pass. He's in trouble, so he just dumps it off. And that's going to fall incomplete.
Oh, the Cumberland coaches are going to be upset. And the Raven player is surprised that he didn't get a call on that, too.
Caleb Drulard, number 95 for the Raid, threw his hands up. Hey, I didn't hit him. Well, they bought it.
Well, the officials may have thought that they just made contact and it was incidental, but looked a little dicey from our vantage point.
Yeah. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. That was a panic pass by Shad on that one, as he had a Raven bearing down on him
Sure
big
did.
time. Looking to pass, and he's going to go down again as he's manhandled to the ground by Ethan Riem, the linebacker.
Ethan Riem just burst through there, and he wasn't going to let Shad get away this time.
No way.
Well, take a look at it. Shad virtually had no time. You know, you tell quarterbacks, keep your eyes downfield, but wow, he didn't have time to even get his eyes up to look downfield.
No, you're right. He just grabbed hold there, and he just said, you're going down, period.
Boy, if I were Cumberland, I'd be putting guys on side. Ravens got one guy back. They got one guy back in the wide Canadian field. I'd put guys on side.
Well, that wasn't a pretty punt, but it is taken by Simpson. We got a flag down back at the 44-yard line as Simpson escapes down the sidelines. One man to beat, chasing him, and touchdown.
I think we've got two flags on the field. One might be no yards. The second one, I think, is going to be on the Ravens, so I think the touchdown is coming back.
Well, a nice run by Dylan Simpson, though. I thought he was going to go out of bounds here at the bench, but he tiptoed down the line there. And we'll have to see what the calls are, but it looks like you're right, Ross. That one at the 42-yard line of Cumberland is going to be against the Ravens.
It's more than likely a push in the rear. A push in the back, yeah.
Yep. So the
Ravens will keep possession.
Yep. Ravens will have the ball first down. We'll see where they spot it, though.
Well, we'll see if we can pick it up. I thought it was close in the no yards. I didn't actually think it was, but doesn't matter what we think, Rick.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. No question.
Yeah. So they're going to back the ball up. Well, they're calling it at midfield, so they're going to call it at the 50-yard line, or pardon me, place it at the 50-yard line.
I think Coach Mills wants an explanation as to why the ball isn't being placed at midfield.
Yeah, well, it looked like the penalty happened around just, say, the 42 of Cumberland. So if they back it up 15 from that, it is basically midfield. So they're basically backing it up, I think, probably 5 yards further than what Coach Mills was expecting.
Well, Coach Mills got his explanation. I don't think he's real happy about it, but let's play ball.
It is what it is, yeah. So we have 1:28 to go until half. We are tied at 7.
Ravens would like to put some more points on the board this half.
The handoff goes nowhere, as that was Alexander Derry with the tackle.
Derry got right in there quickly, just absolutely shook off the blocker and made the play. Great play by Derry.
We actually lost a yard on that play. Fake the handoff. The throw is way over the head of the intended receiver. That was Dylan Simpson. And Simpson cut towards the middle, and I think Staley figured he was going to keep going down the sideline.
Well, you know, there was a little bit of contact, nothing other than incidental, but it just shut down the running lane, or the lane that the receiver was running right here. He just got thrown off his stride, and the ball fell harmlessly to the ground, but I think it would have anyway.
Yeah. Tayshawn Jackson back in, and he's going to block as Staley is back to throw, and it is incomplete as it goes behind Dylan Simpson. And that'll bring up 4th down and 11. One minute exactly to go here until half, as my partner, the coach, Ross Pettigrew there, will make his way down from the booth up here for our halftime show. So stay tuned for that, as Ross has a couple interviews, and he'll be talking to the coaches. So it should be an interesting conversation at the half, as that punt goes out of bounds. 55.3 seconds to go. They'll mark it at the Cumberland 40-yard line. So we'll see what Cumberland will do here. With under a minute to go, and I'm sure they would like to put some points up before the half. It's been a good defensive battle here this first half of football. And Chad hands the ball off to Boyley, and Boyley's going to lose a couple on the play. As that was Hayden Van Laer, the linebacker, in there to make the tackle. And they're going to lose 3 on that play. And we do have an injured Cumberland player down there, and it's Alexander Boyley, the running back, number 11. And they definitely can't afford to lose him, as he has been having a pretty decent game here out of the backfield. So hopefully it won't be anything too serious, maybe just a cramp. We're hoping anyway. You always like to see players get up. You don't want to see anybody hurt. So see if we can pick it up here. As he went around, took the handoff, and then, well, he just basically got swallowed up there. And it might have knocked the wind out of him as he's up and walking off the field there, as you can see. Not limping or anything, so took a little bit of time to suck that air back into his lungs. And I'm sure we'll see young Mr. Boyley again as the game goes on. So it'll be 2nd down and 12 from the 38-yard line. 45 seconds and counting now to go here until halftime. Shad hands the ball off. Nice gain of about 6 yards that time by Mayorino. Brings it out to the 44-yard line. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Well, we'll call it 6. "24 seconds to go here, and Cumberland not quick to snap the ball, so which I'm surprised, because they could get a couple plays out of this. They may only end up getting 1, though. As they hand the ball off again, this time to Mayorino, and Mayorino's going to be shy of the 1st down as there's 10 seconds left. So basically 1 more play. It'll be 4th down and we'll call it about 2.5. But they definitely could have probably got a couple plays instead of just 1 more out of that. Not any rush at all to get to the line. So now they're going to call a timeout. So that will keep the clock stopped. Coach Mills on the near sideline for the Ravens there, talking to the defense. Telling them to basically be prepared for anything. As there you see Coach Mills right in the middle there. Well, Cumberland hasn't really thrown the ball much, only a couple times, but you never know, because this could be pretty much the final play of the half. And surprisingly, Cumberland players on the field didn't go over to the bench and talk to the coach. So I don't, unless they just wanted to keep the clock stopped and not have the official blow the play in. So I don't get that. Like I say, they didn't even go over. So on the punt, and I know what they're calling a no yards penalty, as Dylan Simpson, I think, was finally taken out of bounds, taken down. But I think probably what Coach Mills said in that huddle is, at least what it looked like here, is, look, until they get on you, don't pick it up, let the clock run, and we'll just run out the half. I mean, there wasn't much height on the punt. As you can see here, I mean, it barely got over the heads of the linemen. And Simpson said, okay, I'm just going to stay back here, let the clock run, pick it up. There's probably about 2 seconds left when he picked it up. So with the penalty, there will be what we call a no time play. At least that's what I call it anyway. As the clock is at zeros. So we are at half. So barring a penalty on the defense, this should be the final play of the half. And the pass is over the head of Colby Ginn, number 1. And that will be the final play of the half. Well, we've seen some pretty decent football here in the first half. 7-7 is our score. The Cumberland Panthers against the hometown Essex Ravens here at Alumni Field on the campus of the University of Windsor. Both teams scored, one right after the other. Cumberland took the lead first, and on the next possession for the Ravens, they tied it, came right back with their own touchdown. But that was it as far as any kind of drive goes. Both teams playing very well defensively and making the stops. And here we'll show you the touchdowns here. A broken play as quarterback Shad went to throw, but the ball slipped out of his hand, so he just turned upfield, took off with it, found a hole, and there was nobody that was going to catch him. And then on the very next drive, Kodiak juggled the catch. He had just dropped the ball previously. I think it was a play or 2 plays earlier. Wide open. This time, juggled it a little bit, but managed to hang on. And that was the scoring in the first half. As you see, 7-7 is our score. So again, defensive battle, and like to welcome all the viewers tuning in to today's championship day from all across Ontario. There's a lot of the venues from the OPFL are picking up our broadcast, so hopefully you enjoy the games today. As I mentioned, we do have 3 games. This is only the first of our triple header here on your TV. This is the the Bantam game. The juniors at 3:30, seniors at 7. We have Ross Spedigue down on the field with our halftime show. Ross?
Sean Baptiste is the head coach of the Cumberland Panthers, and he hasn't yet had a heart attack. Pretty close, Coach?
Oh, pretty close. As the scoreboard tells us, it's 7-7. This is a hell of a ball game. Big plays, momentum going both ways. I tell the kids, it's just like a boxing match, right? We're trading punches.
Rick Burns, my broadcast partner, said to me just before I came down here, he said, This is a great game, and it really is.
Oh, it's great for the fans, great for the kids. This is what they work all year for, you know.
And you know something, we made the point up in during the broadcast, Coach, you don't get to the final game unless you're a good team. You're a good team. Essex is a good team. We don't know where it's going, so what changes are you going to make, if any, at the half?
Well, I think we've made some changes. We like what we've done. We've had to rotate some guys through, and that's part of being a team effort. I think we just got to come out and just be steady Eddie. You know, we got to roll with the punches when you get them and then punch back, you know.
Well, you know, you're doing a great job with your kids. Are there any significant changes on offense or defense, or are you just going to go, it's working, so why change it?
Well, exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know. Just keep them wound up and let them go.
Thanks for coming over, Coach, and good luck in the second half.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
You bet. And now we're going to bring in Coach Mills of the Essex Ravens. And, Coach, this is a barn burner.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we had some opportunities, and we squandered them, and we got to be better. Offensively, we got to be better.
Yeah, and, I mean, Kaudiak's still got to be thinking about that pass he dropped. But he did catch one and put it in the end zone.
You're right. When you get opportunities like that, you got to make them count. I mean, you know, regardless of the age and regardless of the level, you got to make them count. That's what big-time players do in big-time games.
Coach Baptiste just said, not making any changes. Everything's working right now for them, and they figure they're not making any changes. How about the Ravens?
Oh, you'll see some changes for sure. Absolutely. We got a couple of things that we've been working on. I think you might see us come out in a little change right away, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
And will Coach Mills have a little gentle advice for his team at the half?
It's got to be better. We got to be better on offense. We got to be better on the O-line. We're not dominating the O-line right now. We're struggling there, picking guys up, and it's just communication issues.
Thanks for dropping by, Coach. Good luck. And we'll be back with more of the halftime right after this.
That's it, right? The rest is all tape?
It's all tape. Yep. You know, he doesn't look that old, but he's in full retirement mode right now. Joe Malarnik is the retired longtime defensive coordinator of the varsity Ravens, and he's joining us here today on this telecast. Joe, what's it like to be in retirement?
Well, it's definitely different. It's been almost 20 years since I haven't been on the sidelines of a Ravens game. I've gone to a couple because I tried to stay away because I know if I came back, I would just jump right back into it. So I tried to stay away as much as I could. Went to a couple practices. But I had a couple games, and then which was nice. Justin asked me, Coach Petrozzi asked me if I wanted to go up in the booth and do some spotting for him. So that was fun. That was a little different take on my end that I'm used to, but it was a lot of fun. But you know, I miss working with the kids, but you know, you realize that there's a lot of extra time to do some other things that I never knew I had the time to do.
Well, the question I get from everybody with whom I speak is, will Joe return to the sideline in some time down the road?
Well, that's always a possibility. You know, you never lose the love for the game, and that's what I've realized. You know, I still love the game. I still love working with the kids. It's just a matter of now, do I have the time commitment to dedicate to that?
Joe, when you look over your career with the Ravens, what are some of the highlights that stand out for you?
Well, no question, the 3 varsity championships that we've won. But more than that is the relationships with the kids that you build. You know, the Brian Balkes, the Steve Fantettis, those guys that were really special that you used to work with. And, you know, kind of chokes me up as, you know, thinking back and, you know, all those relationships that you build. But that's the biggest thing that I'm most proud of. And
you know, the Ravens organization is really good at having alumni days and welcoming former players back. That's got to be a highlight for you.
Oh, no question. You know, some of the bigger highlights is when you're sitting on TV watching Luke Wilson catch touchdowns. You're watching, you know, back in the day when Brian's sacking the quarterback, and, you know, going over to watch Brian when he's at Stanford and sacking Art Sanchez. And those are the things that you look at and you really enjoy.
Why do you think it is that former Ravens like Luke Wilson, Brian Balke, Oshimago Otagwe keep coming back to visit with the Ravens and the Raven program?
Well, I think that you know, it goes to prove what kind of a program that Glenn's built here, and you know, along with you and Greg Wood, just the family atmosphere that we try and foster. Our players, you know, we always tell them, once you're a Raven, you're always a Raven, and so we're always welcome back. And I think that's what maybe sets us apart from other teams. I'm not so sure because I'm not around those teams, but I know from our perspective that having those guys come back is really key for the young guys.
And getting back to the Ravens team of this year, people say, what's the difference on the defense? I say, well, Joe was a cerebral coach. He had a lot of different packages, a lot of different things that he would put in, a lot of adjustments during the year. And Glenn doesn't pay any attention to that. Not that Glenn doesn't have a good brain for football, but he just goes after it one way or the other. What changes have you noticed in the defense this year?
You know what? The athletic ability of having the kids on the field and the passion they play with, that was the key. That was any defense that Glenn or I coached, and that was the heart of our team is giving everything that you have and understanding what you have to do on any given play and playing to your potential and just going as hard as you can for those 6-8 seconds every time. Win one play at a time, and that was the thing. And schemes are schemes, but players make the plays.
Who are some of the standout players that you've had? I know you cared passionately for all of your kids, but there have to be some who are absolutely standout players that made a name for themselves beyond the Ravens.
Yeah, well, you mentioned Steve Fantetti. He's one of the very first guys that I coached back in 2000 with the JV team. One of the first guys. Brian Bulkey has talked about, Chad Cassette, Mike Boshin, Mike Atkinson. The list goes on and on. I can stand here and list names all day. Darryl Townsend, Austin Crum. All those guys are. Everyone has their uniqueness to them, which made it special. The individual relationships that you have with these guys.
Now I have to ask you, Joe. Some of those guys have gone on to make a lot more money than you and me combined.
No doubt about that.
That sort of hurts me a little bit, but how about you?
No, it makes me proud because I was a little part of that, of helping them become a man. So, and they, when they come back and then, they say, thanks, Coach. This is what you've done for me. I said, you know what? I can only be thankful that I was a part of that.
You know what's interesting with Luke Wilson having left the Seahawks and coming back home to this area? What effect do you think that's going to have on people following the Lions more this year, even though they haven't been that great on the field in recent years?
Yeah, I think you might see a little bit of a bump in the regional Lions fanship. Some guys that were maybe not necessarily Lions fans, maybe more so to be a Lions fan now that Luke's here. I know myself, and Luke knows this, that both me and Coach Mills are big Patriots fans, but Lions are right up there now, and so we'll see September 23rd though.
You're not predicting a Super Bowl for the Lions already, are you, Joe?
No, but like I said, anytime that we went to a game where Luke was playing, we always cheered for Luke and hope he had like 3 touchdown catches in that game.
Hey, I've seen your Facebook page. It's all about the Patriots. Now, is it still that way?
It's still that way, and Luke knows that. But he understands that we always cheer for him.
So if the Lions come down and they're playing in the NFC title game against the Patriots, you're with the Patriots, but you hope Luke has a good game.
Well, we won't have to worry about that in the NFC title game, but maybe the Super Bowl we'll think about it.
Well, yeah, that sounds really good. Joe, thanks for spending time. It's always good to see you, and I hope to see you back on the sideline real soon.
Yeah, well, maybe you don't want to hold your breath on that, so there might be something coming down in the future, so we'll see.
Well, thanks again, Joe.
All right, Ross.
And we'll be back right after these messages.
I Field at the University of Windsor campus. I'm Rick Burns alongside the coach, Ross Pettigrew. And Ross, we saw some pretty good defensive football in that first half. Both teams scored one right after the other, and that was it.
It really has been a barn burner, Rick. And the bottom line is that it's going to be it's been a great game.
It has been. Well, we said on the top, hey, one game, winner take all, anything can happen. So that blowout that Essex had against Cumberland earlier on in the season, that means absolute squat right now.
Ancient history.
Absolutely. And we've got some exciting football yet to come. As we've mentioned, this is game 1 of a triple header here at Alumni Field. This is the championship day in the OPFL. So the Ravens, who deferred at the beginning, will get the ball to start the second half. And a short kick taken up at the 45-yard line by Kodiak, the tight end, number 82. And he gets about 7 on return.
Okay. When Kodiak took that ball, he had his hands over his head, and that's the only way he could take that ball. But that's really risky.
It
Fortunately, he's a wideout, so that
he made the play.
So, 1st and 10 for the Ravens right at the midfield marker, and the first play of the second half is a handoff that goes nowhere to Jackson.
Coach Mills isn't happy with the blocking by his offensive line on that one.
So 2nd down and 10. That's Jackson in the backfield, takes a handoff, finds a lane, and a nice run of almost 10 yards, about 9.5 on the carry.
Offensive line had a great surge off the ball, Rick. We'll take a look at it again, and boy, the Ravens are doing a good job of securing the ball going up through the middle, but so does Cumberland when they have the ball.
Yes. Jackson comes out of the game for this play. He's not very big, but he's a quick little thing, I'll tell you, and he shot through that hole. So they're going.
It's almost a jumbo package they have right there.
And they hand it off to Dylan Simpson, number 5, and Simpson will get the first down.
Not by much, but he got it.
So they're going to put it at the 44.5-yard line, just inside the 45 of Cumberland. This time Staley up under center, hands the ball off. Nice run by Ethan Ream.
And one of the Cumberland defenders was draped all over him.
He only had him by one hand, and he couldn't really corral him. That was Gazelle, number 69 for Cumberland.
Yeah, we're taking a look at it, Rick, and you'll see he really was wrapping him. Did a good job, but he kept good leg drive. Will pick up some extra yards, and that's what happened on that play.
Yeah. Pardon me, that was Tether, number 64, not number 69. Oh, he gained 3 yards on the play. Could have been dropped for a loss.
Sure could.
Back on the ground, and this time Cumberland will have nothing to do with it, as Simpson is going to lose 5 yards on the play.
Far too much penetration too quickly by the Cumberland defense. That play had no chance to go anywhere.
No.
We'll take a look at it. Just no block. Well, the Raven offense was blocking the Cumberland players right into the ball carrier.
Yeah.
You've got to seal, not that. They did a kick out instead of a seal block, and that's not going to help on that play.
That was Belanger, number 12, that grabbed Simpson's leg.
Ravens take a timeout?
I think so.
Well, for sure, somebody did.
Yeah. Well, Coach Mills wants to get on the board. He wants to jump out quickly here in the second half. And it is 3rd down, and we'll call it about 11.
Well, the Ravens, they've been pretty comfortable in a lot of the wins they've had, and they can't get too comfortable. And sometimes you've got to fire up and you got to play this is a championship game. No time to miss blocks, no time not to come off the ball hard, no time not to have full concentration.
Well, and you get two from both teams, really. You get the adrenaline pumping and the excitement of the championship game, and it's different. It's different than regular season.
It sure is.
Staley's pass is batted down, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Reese Staley, as he matures as a quarterback, will learn that he's got to step aside when there's a hand in his face. Step aside, step up, throw the ball. But we'll see it on the replay. Cumberland did a great job of getting their hands up.
Yeah, I think that was number 55, Nicholas Sagan, with the big paw on that play.
You can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up in the air.
Yeah. So Jalen Guy back to receive the punt. And it bounces, and it will go out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. It should be inside the 20, and it is. It's going to be at the 17-yard line, so a pretty decent punt that time with no return.
Well, it's going to be incumbent upon the Ravens, I think, right now, Rick, to make a good stand and not give up a long drive,
yes,
particularly one that culminates in a score.
Yep. Well, right now they have like you say, they have the advantage of the field position if they can stop them.
Good point.
And that's Boyle with the run, and Boyle's going to pick up about 7 on the play.
Boy, he did a great job of following his blocking and picking his way through what was a minefield right there, but the Ravens just couldn't get a clear shot at him. Sets up second and short.
Yeah. Shot from the shotgun. Goes right back to Boyle, and he is stuffed. Give him maybe a yard on the play.
I think that was Fillion in there on the play.
I believe it was, yes.
Well, we'll take a look at it again. And I think it was number 99 who got in there.
Yep. You are correct. So that brings up a 3rd and 2. Back on the ground and not going anywhere. Good stop again by the Ravens.
I think Cumberland's probably going to punt this one away.
Yeah, 4th down and, oh man, I'm telling you, judging by the sticks, it looks like it's a little less than a yard.
And you know, I think
but where they're
Coach
at,
Baptiste is just not going to take a chance when he's this deep in his own end.
Yeah, I was going to say where they're at, you can't. You just can't take that chance. Well, unless there's something sneaky involved. But I wouldn't. Not this early in the half and plus where you're at. The kick is taken by Simpson just on the Cumberland side of midfield. And Simpson with a nice return down to the 41-yard line.
Nice return. Not bad coverage by Cumberland, but Simpson did make a nice return of that.
Yeah. 14-yard return.
Nothing the matter with that.
Nope.
Take that one every time.
Especially when you catch it at midfield.
Yes. Well, the Ravens got good field position. Now it's time to see what they can do with it.
Well, they have to take advantage of it. Because as we've seen, both defenses, and as I'm saying that, we have Jaden Bush with a great run of 14 yards on the play down to the 27-yard line of Cumberland.
Well, we'll catch this one on replay, Rick. And Bush just exploded out of there, picked his way nicely, and
nice stiff arm.
Nice stiff arm. You want to make sure it doesn't get the face mask of the opponent.
Right. So they go back to Jackson.
I think he slipped, Rick.
Yeah, I think so. We gained 2 yards on the play, so any plus yardage is good.
I think we have an injured player for Cumberland.
Oh, he's shaking his hand, so that's not... that's Jake Tether, number 64, our defensive lineman.
I think we'll see Jake back in the game.
Yeah, he might have got stepped on maybe in the pile or something. So it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Well, Bush is a good running back. You know, he averaged almost 6 yards per carry during the season.
They give it back to Jackson, and he just couldn't quite hit the hole. Good job of closing it up by number 90. That's Andrew Christie for Cumberland.
Jackson's had a good year, too. He's at 80 attempts, 475 yards for almost 6 yards a carry as well.
I gained about 2 on the play, so call it third down and a long 6. They fake it to Jackson, and Staley's going to run on his own on the quarterback keeper, and he's going to have the first down. Wow, what a surprise that was. Caught me by surprise, and I think caught Cumberland too.
It caught everybody by surprise, and you know something, it was a good play, we're watching it, but Reese Staley is a really fine quarterback, and I think he did a good job of running with the ball, but he does lumber a little bit.
He does.
And that's not criticism.
Oh, no.
He does a good job.
You either have speed or you don't, right?
Put the ball away, son.
Yeah, and he did. He wrapped it up. Time to go back on the ground, hand off to Jaden Bush. Bush is, what are they going to call it? Yes, a touchdown, Ravens. What a run by Bush. He carried about 3 Cumberland players with him. Great leg drive, because he's not that big, but he was determined.
He did a lot of that in his own, Rick.
He sure did. And we've got a Cumberland player down on the field. We were vehemently told it's not Ottawa Cumberland, it's Cumberland before the game. So
the Ottawa Sooners and the Cumberland Panthers. And from what I understand, there's not a lot of love lost between those two organizations.
I was going to say that it's probably quite the rivalry. I didn't quite catch a number. I don't know if they...
We'll take a look at it again, and we've been getting some great shots from our field level camera.
Good job out there, guys, by all the camera. Look at that.
Boy,
I think that's number 3 that's down on the field. He just got hammered by Bush with the shoulder.
Looks like it.
And it looks like it's Logan Olsthorn, the linebacker, number 3.
Well, Bush had momentum going into him. Olsthorn was just standing there. And,
yeah.
You know, he took the full brunt of the results of the drive. We'll get one more look at it. Bush just lowers his shoulders, which is what a running back's supposed to do, and he did. He just drove right through the young man.
Caught him right in the middle of the chest with his shoulder, because he saw him. Yeah, Bush saw him and lowered the shoulder. All right, good to see the young man get up. A little on the woozy side, but yeah, he'll just have to get some air back in those lungs. He took that right in the middle of the chest.
Nobody taking his helmet.
No, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
And for those folks in Ottawa, we had a team doctor, Dr. Gibb, who anytime that he thought there was any evidence of concussion, you knew that he thought that because the player had his helmet was gone and Doc Gibb put it somewhere and nobody knew where it was.
Nope, that's right. And you were not getting back in if he took your helmet.
And we used to chuckle about it.
Yeah.
I miss Doc Gibb.
Yeah, I do too. He was quite the show here as the extra point is no good.
That's a huge, huge missed extra point.
Sure is. .320 to go here in the third quarter. The Ravens with the lead, 13-7.
Well, we'll take a look at that touchdown one more time. No, that's the play leading up to the touchdown, I think. And that's the miss on the point.
So in any event, the Ravens with the lead for the first time in the ball game.
And the Ravens have to hope that the Panthers do not come up with good field position, no matter where this kickoff goes.
Well, here we see it.
There we go with the touchdown.
Good job staying on his feet there. He almost went down. Well, that was kind of an ugly kick, but it's taken by Ryan Rydell. And Rydell doesn't really get anywhere, maybe about a 3-4 yard return.
Still, when you start at your own 40, Rick, you can open most of your playbook up.
Yep, you sure can.
Although I think the playbooks for most of the game for both teams has been, let's run the ball.
I think
not
we haven't
too
seen,
much.
No, you're right.
Not too much airmailing today.
No. We might in the next two games, but, well, a little more anyway.
I would think so.
So we'll see how Cumberland responds. They go back to Boyle. Boyle gains maybe 2 on the play. Well, and of course, too, Ross, we don't forget, these are grade 7, 8, and 9 players.
Mostly 7, 8, some 9s, yes.
That's right, mostly 7, 8. The arm isn't really developed yet. Although we did see Reese Staley air it out on a couple of occasions, and he is showing for a young kid a lot of promise with that arm.
He certainly does.
And that is tipped in the air and caught. Wow. That was a fortuitous bounce for Cumberland. As that was Cordell Ipale, the wide receiver. I don't know if that's what was originally planned for, but that's who came up with it.
That tremendous play by the Cumberland concentration. It was a tip, but the Ravens sort of stood around afterwards. They didn't really go after the ball. And, boy, you got to be aggressive on that one.
You know, that was a good job by Caleb Drulard to get his hand up and block that ball, though.
Yes, it was.
What a defensive stop here for the Ravens.
And I think Coach Baptiste is going to go for it. Hasn't sent his punting team in.
No. Ooh. 4th down and 2.5 to go. Wow.
The Ravens are anticipating it to be a run all the way.
Yeah.
So we'll see. They're in shotgun, though, so you never know.
That was Sonny Chandler that went off his block. Oh, baby, what a play. Did Ethan Riem fly through the line at Campbell? Holy cow.
Boy,
no chance whatsoever for Campbell.
That was just a great play by the young Raven ball player.
Somebody missed an assignment on Riem, I think, for Cumberland on that play.
Riem was in there as well.
You kind of feel for Campbell. He hasn't played since the first quarter. Welcome back into the game, son. Handoff again to Jackson, and he slipped as he made his cut, but he ended up falling forward for a gain of about 3 on the play.
Well, we'll take a look at this stop, Rick, and it just was shut down so quickly.
Yeah.
Chandler, well, that was Chandler
third down.
On that one.
That was third down play.
That was third down play. That was Chandler.
And he bounced off his block quite well to get to the ball carrier. This play isn't really going anywhere as Cumberland closes up the hole. Derry, number 96, leading the charge. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and long.
The Ravens seem to be having a little more effectiveness when they have a little misdirection in their running plays, Rick, than just giving it straight ahead.
Yes. Well, Cumberland, you look, I mean, for basically grade 7s and 8s, they got some big kids on that defensive line.
They're huge.
They are, and they're closing up the holes quick. Staley's pass is caught. What a catch downfield. Oh, man. An excellent catch downfield.
He's calling it a pass.
They're calling it a catch. That was Cody.
I think they're talking about it. It might be overruled.
I think he was down before the ball came out. I really do.
Well,
you're right. They're going to talk about it. The referee told them.
They're going to let her stand, I think.
Told him, hang on a sec. I thought he was down before the ball came out. And he had control. He just reached over the head of the defender. And now Cumberland, led by number 12, Justin Belanger, telling his guys, hey, back up, let the referees talk, because they're all trying to get in the officials' ears. And it looks like they are going to call it a catch.
Yep.
Yeah. He had control.
Well, we'll take a look at it, obviously. And nice throw by Reese, but he threw it into a bit of a crowd. Oh, yes, that was a catch.
He definitely had control.
He certainly made a football move afterwards.
He took 3 steps before he went down.
But, you know, that's great.
See it from ground level here.
Great officiating to get together to talk about it. And he was on the ground when it was ripped out.
Yep. And you're right, Ross. The good job by the official. Let's get together, make sure we got the call right. And they did.
No question about that whatsoever.
And that was the final play of the third quarter. So the Ravens on the move again. But you can't say enough about the receiver, Kodiak. I mean, he reached over the defender's head.
He's the number 2 receiver for the Ravens this year, but he did a great job of pulling that in, and I don't know how he did it. That was just a tremendous play by Kodiak. It was good defense. He was bracketed both front and back.
Yeah. That, for the most part, you would have said an ill-advised throw. You're throwing into double coverage. But Kodiak proved us wrong, I guess, right?
One of the things Kodiak had on the defenders, height.
Yes, yeah, he did. And he definitely had the
and he got the
vertical ability over him.
And he did the thing a receiver has to do. He caught the ball at its highest point.
Yes.
You got to go up and get it. You get the ball at the highest point, you got a much better chance of completing the play.
Yeah. So the Ravens threatening again as they are at the 14-yard line of Cumberland. And the handoff to Bush. And Bush is going in for his second touchdown of the game. We got a penalty marker down at the 16-yard line, though. And it came late. Really late.
It'd be interesting to see what that is because it was way behind the play.
Way behind the play and well after Bush was in the end zone. I wonder if maybe there was a late hit or something, or I wonder if they're going to call maybe unsportsmanlike. I don't know.
No flag.
No flag. Okay. It was
don't know what
well
it could
after
have been.
Bush came into the end zone, right? Yeah.
We just got the word from the truck that it just had to have fallen out of
must have fell out when he was running.
Fell out of his pocket.
Yeah. Good call, Cliff. Good call.
Hey, but the Ravens will take the no call.
Cliff's got about 6 monitors out there, so he's got the kind of the eye in the sky, shall we say. If he says it fell out, I believe him.
I'm not going to argue with Cliff.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering what...
I know the...
Are they going to go for 2 here?
I don't know. It could be, but the Cumberland coaches are quite upset with the fact that that was called a complete pass. And I understand that. There's no question. But once they see the replay and once they see the film, they'll say it was a catch.
Yeah. Well, how many times up here, even with us, do we think that, oh, man, you know, and then when you see the replay, it's like, yeah, you know what? They were right. And, of course, they're always wrong when it's against your team, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, the Cumberland coach are going to be a little upset.
No question.
But like you say, once they see it, it's no question about it. So the pass is caught for the two-point conversion as Staley threw a
nice job
rocket.
by Reese Staley.
Yeah, to Kodia, and that gets back the extra point that was missed earlier on.
Absolutely.
So the Ravens take the 14-point lead with 11:49 to go here in the fourth quarter. As you see Bush, he went in pretty much untouched.
Well, good surge by the offensive line once again, Rick. And, you know, great job by Staley. He just stood there, stood tall in the pocket, got it into the end zone for the completion. You know, and Reese Staley has a good bloodline. His great grandfather, John Staley, who built the St. Anne's High School into a powerful athletic facility and just a great powerhouse in all sports. So I'm sure that Reese's grandfather's enjoying the game today.
The kickoff bounces and is taken by Jalen Guy. Guy trying to get to the outside, turns the corner, heads upfield. He's got some open space and did not go out of bounds and will run it back for the touchdown. And Coach Mills is hot on the sideline.
Boy.
Wow.
Absolutely. That's a big, huge momentum gainer for the Cumberland team and absolutely a downer for the Ravens. And you wonder how could they not, with all the people who, great blocking by Cumberland.
Yes.
But by the same token, you got to fight through those blocks and make the play if you're one of the Ravens. Should never happen, but it does.
Oh, yeah. The extra point is good.
But
so,
you know,
one with that, hey, Cumberland is right back in the game. Right back in.
And we're going to take a look at it. It's a great job by number 8, I think it was Jalen Gee, coming back up the sideline. And he just went, but you know, take a look at the blocking. Great blocking by Cumberland. I think he stayed in bounds all the way.
Yep. It was close, but
just by inches, but
yep.
Or do we say centimeters? I'm not sure. In football, we'll say inches.
Yes.
So it was very close, but he stayed in bounds. And, hey, Ravens got to put it in their memory bank. Forget about it.
Yeah. Just what the doctor
play
ordered.
their game.
Just what the doctor ordered, as the saying goes, for Cumberland. Because they needed that. They seemed to be a little bit down after that touchdown, but I'll tell you, they're pumped right back up again.
Number 93 for Cumberland. Bove was late getting onto the field.
And they recover the... Nope, there's going to be... I don't think it went 10 yards before it was touched. Yeah, I'm not even sure 5 years, so... Because it was touched at the 50 and they kick off from the 45, so... It was recovered at midfield.
Ravens are going to take the ball right there, so they're happy with it.
Yep. Actually, a break for the Ravens.
It is, but I still rather, if I'm the coach of the Ravens, I still want to see my guys jump on the ball very quickly. And I think they stood around.
Yeah, a little slow getting there. 11:27 to go here in the fourth quarter. And I'll tell you, we have got a game going now. Bush again finds an opening, and he's going to gain 9 yards on the play.
And he really ran over number 18, Jake Henderson of the Cumberland Panthers.
He's shaken up a little bit, but he did get up, Henderson. And
Henderson did a good job of bringing him down. But Bush ran right over him, and you'll see it right here. And Henderson felt that one.
He sure did. Bush again. This time he's taken down low. Cut off at the knees by Christie. And it'll be pretty much right back to the line of scrimmage as they mark it just outside the 45-yard line.
We're taking a look at it, and that play just didn't go anywhere. Great penetration by Cumberland. But I wouldn't be surprised to see the Ravens come out in a bit of a jumbo look right here. Well, they're going to the I formation look, so they got a lead block. Let's see if the tailback follows the lead block up into the hole.
3rd down and 3, the pitch back. And that's not going to work.
Too slow developing.
Yep. Justin Belanger in there for the tackle.
Coach Mills may gamble on this, you know.
I think he's going to. He's given Staley the...
No, he's going to punt.
Maybe.
Oh, I think he'll punt.
I think he will, too.
And I think that's the wise, from my perspective, that's the wise approach to take. Don't give Cumberland a short field with which to work. But they better do a better job of covering the punt, the expected punt, than they did the kickoff.
Jalen Guy back at his own 20. And they're going to fake it because it bounced. And let's see where they go. Where it depends where they mark it. He might have the first down. That's Dylan Simpson, the wide receiver that does the punting, and he got it. I don't know if that was planned.
I don't know either, because if it hadn't short hopped, he may have punted it.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He probably felt he didn't have enough time to get the ball away cleanly, so he decided, hey, the ball was short hopped. It didn't get to him, but heads up play.
Trying to catch the
Boy,
number
I'll tell
there.
you, he made it close.
I think that was number 90, Andrew Christie, that might have been able to block it. You're right, because he was closing in on him.
Well, it was a smart play in hindsight.
Yes. A gain of 5 on that play. So actually with that, the momentum has swung again in the Ravens' favor.
Well, the Ravens are going to want to chew up as much time as they can in this drive.
Yes.
That play is ugly.
And there are penalty markers all over the place.
I think everybody was ready to go, but the Ravens center.
Yeah. I think it was Logan Lafayette that was one of them that I saw jump anyway.
Well, let's take a look and see. Oh,
ooh.
You know something?
They were, yeah.
That's not the right call.
No.
You're allowed to pull up out of your stance when somebody's coming. And when they cross the line like that, Cumberland made penetration first, and that one, I don't agree with the officials on that.
Yeah, that was number 4, Taron Desjardins-Seguin. That he was between the two linemen when they stood up. So yeah, it should have went the other way. And Staley, nowhere to pass, is going to be sacked.
And they're definitely going to punt the ball this way.
They will this time.
This time.
Yeah. So 8:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. 21-14 in favor of the Ravens.
Coach Mills is getting pushed back by Coach Dibley to get off the field. No sense picking up an objectionable conduct penalty at this point in the game.
No. And this time Simpson gets it away. And it takes a bounce. And that's going to be no yards. And
be a 5-yard penalty.
Actually, on that play, to be honest with you, taking the 5 yards wasn't that bad of a move.
I think you got a point.
Right? They're that deep. He ended up losing 5 on the once he picked the ball up and tried to run. And, you know, the way Jalen Guy can run the ball, as we saw on the last kickoff. So they're pretty much right where the ball landed to begin with.
Crucial series for both teams right here.
It sure is. Nice tackle there on the handoff to Campbell. As we saw, again, we saw Campbell in the first quarter and then didn't see him until the fourth quarter. And he ran the ball fairly well in the first quarter. I was kind of surprised.
Campbell, I don't know if he picked up and got nicked a little bit or not,
yeah.
But he's a fine running back.
Sure is. So 2nd down and 8 for Cumberland. Low snap, the pitch back to Campbell. He's going to air it out, and I'll tell you, he had Boyle wide open downfield. And did Campbell show an arm on that one?
He sure did. That was a halfback option pass. And, well, just a toss back to him. He threw it. We're taking a look at it. And no option there. He just threw it back to him, and he's got a great arm, but just a little far.
Too much of an arm.
That would have been 6. No question about it.
Well, that's the first sign of any trickery from both teams, really. Pass is caught, but it's going to be well short of the first down.
Nice defense by the Ravens on that one.
As that one was Epale. So it's going to be 4th down and 2.
Yeah, good job. Good job by the Ravens on that, no question.
I believe that was Robitaille. No.
And I'll be surprised. You know, it's a short distance to go, but boy, you're deep in your own end.
6:03. There's a lot of time left. Oh, they are going to punt. Okay, I thought they were going to go for it. I'm thinking, boy, that's pretty gutsy. No, they do the direct snap, and I don't think they're going to get it. I really don't.
I don't know. I think it's pretty close.
No,
but
they're saying Raven football.
Yep, they're saying Ravens got it.
Actually, there was a Raven that came out of the pile with the ball. There was a Raven that came out of the pile with the ball.
That's probably why they didn't make it.
That's right. Let's see if we can see it.
See if we can pick it up and see if the ball was taken away. It looks like it because all the Ravens said they had it. Yep, and I think that's exactly what happened.
The official there was pointing Raven ball before the whistle even went.
Quickly.
So a huge stop by the Ravens. Bush again will gain about 3 on the carry. So we've got 5:10 to go here in the 4th quarter, and hopefully you're enjoying this game. And don't forget, there's 2 more coming up just like it. Later on, we have the junior varsity at 3:30, the varsity at 7. And we'd like to welcome all those viewers across the province that are tuning in.
And there are a lot of areas picking up
There are
this
a lot
game.
of areas. London, Niagara, Oshawa, Kingston, part of Toronto. Am I missing anything?
Probably.
Probably, yeah. So, welcome to all those viewers that are tuning in. And don't forget, we have 2 more games coming up. This is the only game involving the hometown Ravens.
Do you think I could tell the rest of the people in Ontario that in Windsor, this is a typical January day down here? Bright sunshine, high temperatures?
They won't believe you.
Okay.
Some might, though. And a nice run off tackle to the left. And still going is Jackson. What a run by Jackson.
You know, Jackson, like I said, he's averaged 6 yards a carry this year and averaged about 67 yards a game. But he does a great job of just getting upfield.
Well, he followed his blockers well. Even there, look at, he got 3 yards with 3, and he's not big.
Lowering his shoulders and getting there.
Yeah. Stop that time, though, on the play. And Bush will go back in, and Jackson will... No, they're going to keep both Jackson and Bush in the game. Coming out is Matthew Ing, the fullback. And Ing has done a nice job blocking for his running backs tonight.
They want to get a little more speed in the backfield right now, and that's why Ing is out.
And they do. Going for the end zone. And it's going to be just shy. Tayshawn Jackson is denied, well, for now, just shy of the goal line.
And we're under 3 minutes, Rick.
Yes, we are. Another nice run by Jackson.
And you know that Ottawa knows that the Ravens, this drive is no surprise to them on the ground. They want to chew up clock. Nice run by Jack. He's done a great job. Boy, he and Bush have really been workhorses today. Boy, that...
He could have called him a touchdown.
Reaching for the end zone could have been
well, that
catastrophic
too.
there.
Yes, yes. But he kind of rolled over the Cumberland player. They could have given him the touchdown. But they get it on the very next play, and the Ravens extend the lead to 13. And out comes a penalty flag. So that's going to be objectionable conduct.
But the question for us is, against which team were the flags thrown?
Yes. Well, you hope it's not taunting against the Ravens.
Well, it is if they don't want to face Coach Mills. If it is,
say don't come back to the bench. Just keep on going.
Well, they're still talking about it, Rick, and I'm not sure which way this is going, but I'm guessing it's against the Ravens, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion.
From what I saw, it was verbal, not rough play. Yeah, it's objectionable conduct on the Ravens. But that'll be assessed on the kickoff.
Yeah. I'm guessing that somebody might have been taunting maybe, or, you know. Because I didn't really see any excessive celebration or anything, so. And the extra point is good to extend the lead to 14. 28-14 with 2:34 to go here in the fourth quarter.
And we'll take a look at the score. And I think it was Simpson took it into the end zone.
Was it Simpson?
Simpson, I think. It looked like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe you're right. Yes, it was.
He's used more as a wideout, but they brought him in probably for the quickness.
And size, too. A little bigger than Bush and Jackson.
He is.
Although the way we've seen Bush and Jackson push guys over.
But you know something? When he was rushing this year and he didn't have a lot of attempts, he had 128 yards and 9 attempts for a 14-yard average per carry.
Not bad.
That's okay.
Most NFL running backs would kill for a 14-yard average per run.
He'd get a nice payday if he could do that in the NFL.
Sure would. So with the penalty, the Ravens will kick off from the 35. And they are playing the return, Cumberland. And it's just a squibbler to the 45-yard line.
He was on his knee, I think, when he picked that up.
I
so I'm
thought so,
surprised
too.
they didn't blow it dead.
Yeah, I thought he went down, too. That was Mayorino, the running back.
They may say that, hey, he was in the act of fielding the ball, so maybe they'll give him that one. Living down here so close to the border, we sort of get jumbled up between American rules and Canadian rules.
Yeah. I mean, every inch counts, but I think it only made like a 3 or 4 yard difference. So
you're right.
You know, not like it was a huge return, but. So we'll see what Cumberland does. The pressure's on. They throw it out and do the old flea flicker to Campbell. And Campbell is taken down just outside the Raven 40-yard line. First down, but they need 2 scores. It's 2:21 to go in the fourth. And here comes the trickery.
That is the hook and ladder.
Yep.
As well executed as I've ever seen it.
I said flea flicker, didn't I? I meant yes, I meant the hook and ladder.
Yep.
The flea flicker's back to the quarterback.
Yes, it is.
I knew that.
You did.
That is aired out, and that almost looked like a throwaway pass.
Well, I think he was airing it out, but I think he was intending, you know, obviously he's got a strong arm, and he just overthrew his receiver.
Yeah.
But he didn't have a lot more time to keep the ball, that's for sure.
No, they were closing in on him pretty quick. So we're down to 2:14 now, 2nd and 10 for Cumberland from the Raven 43-yard line. And there's the flag. They're going to blow it right away, as that's going to be procedure against Cumberland, as the right side of the line jumped and forgot to tell the center to snap the ball. There was more than one that jumped on that one.
But, you know, I am impressed with the caliber of play for kids at this age and the caliber of coaching that they're getting to enable them to play this well on both teams.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This has been a really well-played game. And as we mentioned before, don't forget, folks, that these are grades 7, 8, and 9s, mostly 7 and 8s. They're not even in high school yet. Pass is incomplete. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 15. As Mayorino, the intended receiver on that play. Little too much zip from Shad on that one.
Ravens are not in any way a prevent defense, but they've softened it a little bit. The linebackers aren't coming full up. They're dropping a little bit into the hook zone. Take away the short pass.
Yeah, they got to take care of that middle, right? So. Third down and 15. And this time it's the Shad on the quarterback keeper. And he's only going to get about 4. Not even back to the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 4th down and 11.
Boy, Dayton Canto made a great play for the Ravens on that one. He fought through that stiff arm and Brought Shad down.
Yeah, he got Jersey that time and wasn't letting go.
Well, this is the game for Cumberland.
I think so, you're right. No, and we're going to get, I think, a timeout called here by, I believe it's Cumberland, the official on the other far side of the field there.
He blew it dead?
He blew it dead, yeah. He was waving and blew it dead.
This Cumberland. So. Coach Baptiste wants to... So this is... Coach Baptiste knows right now this is a critical time for his team.
But he only talked to the quarterback. I'm surprised the whole team didn't go over. There you see coming up at 3:30 here at Alumni Field. It is the junior varsity. It will be the Hamilton Junior Tiger Cats against the Durham Dolphins. And then at 7 o'clock, the London Junior Mustangs will face the varsity Durham Dolphins. So the Durham Dolphins having a good season all around.
That's a great season. Two teams in the finals.
Yeah.
That doesn't get any better than that. Well, it does get better if you got all three teams.
That's true. Yes, that's true. So 1:58 to go here. And this is probably the ball game. Well, they were going to do the old pass again, but this time everybody downfield was covered.
Great job by the Ravens.
Great coverage by the Ravens.
Nowhere to go. It was a great play.
It was.
Potentially, but nowhere to go.
And Campbell had no chance but to tuck it and try and run.
What do you bet we don't see the ball in the air?
If I had money, all of it.
Well, now's the time when you have to maintain your poise on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
And continue to play your game the best you can.
Play discipline and secure the ball.
Assume nothing.
Yeah. The handoff is to Bush. Bush is going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. There's a lot of ball stripping going on.
Oh, that's what the...
As Andrew Christie, number 90, showed the referee, hey, I got the ball, but...
There's no question that that's what Cumberland's been told to do and taught to do.
Yeah.
Work at stripping the ball.
And Cumberland has 2 timeouts left, so... we'll see if they use them or not. Yes. And the Ravens with the pitch back to Jackson. And he loses yardage on the play. But the Ravens take a lot of time off the clock. It's down to 1:19 now. But it is 3rd down and 11. And I'm sure Coach Mills would like a first down to solidify it, but...
Oh, there's no doubt about that. And of course, Coach Baptiste is hoping for no gain on this play.
Yeah.
And one more chance or 2 more chances to go on to offense.
Well, and they're going to get the no gain. As
no gain and a loss.
Yeah, Staley was sacked by Nicholas Sagan, number 55. And he pretty much went through untouched. Cumberland will call another timeout.
It saves the Ravens calling one. It was a little bit of a play action on the part of Staley, but no chance.
No.
And that's on his offensive line.
So neither team has a timeout left now. This is the final timeout for Cumberland. And I'll tell you, the Ravens have to cover this punt. They have
Dylan
to.
Simpson's only been averaging about 25 yards a kick through the season, and today it hasn't been much more than that. So at the very least, Cumberland's going to end up in very good field position.
High snap.
That was a good kick.
Good kick. And out of bounds was Jalen Guy. And a penalty marker. So they may be backing it up even more, as he is not happy.
He's mad at himself. I don't like that call. It may be the correct call by the official. The kid's got emotion going. He wasn't mad at anybody but himself. Why throw the flag? Sometimes you can over-officiate and take the emotion out of the game, and I just think that's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that isn't the right call by the official. That's one where you maybe didn't see it.
Yeah. Could kind of be a little generous there. Yeah, come on. No, you're right. I don't see the reasoning behind that call. But we move on.
What it is. Whoa, he fumbled the ball.
And still twice. Couldn't pick it up after. And back up, guys. Back up. Both teams don't take the penalties. Back up. And Coach Mills on the sideline has his finger to his forehead, yelling to the players, use your head. Use your head. Use your head. You can see him there. He's telling the guys, hey, don't be stupid. Come on, guys. You're up by 14. There's only 46 seconds left, but still.
Maintain your discipline.
A quick touchdown, onside kick recovery, and who knows, right? So Shad back to pass, puts it up. It's caught by Boyley. And he's going to be brought down about a yard shy of the first down marker. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Well, we'll take a look at it. Good protection, very little rush, but then most of the Ravens are dropping into coverage. So obviously there's not going to be a tremendous rush.
Rubinski, number 80 for the Ravens, was behind him, and he was waiting for the interception. And there it is, the interception by Rubinski, as that just landed right in his hands. He's looking for the end zone, trying to stay in bounds, and is finally tackled out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. And that will do it for the Ravens with 6.6 seconds left in the game.
That seals it right there.
And Coach Mills just got the Gatorade shower. The only problem is they only got his waist because the kids weren't tall enough to get it near his head.
The other thing is, I think it was water. So he's not going to be
okay.
It's not going to be sticky.
Yeah.
But right now, the Ravens just got to take a knee and say goodnight.
Yeah.
We take a look at the interception, and, they're just in a deep zone and able to pick it off and really know where to throw the ball.
Yeah. And there is a lot of emotion down on that sideline from Coach Mills.
You see the players reaching across the line and just shaking hands.
Yeah. And that is it. The hometown Essex Ravens have won the Bantam Championship in the OPFL by a final score of 28-14.
It was a great game, Rick.
It was a great game by both teams.
Absolutely was.
We expected, with the way the Ravens season has gone, and that a lot more than 28 points. Their last game that they played in the playoffs to get to here was, what was it,
43-7.
Was it 43-7? The one before that, 72-8 or something like that. So used to high scoring, but full marks to this Cumberland defense. They came in and they played a whale of a game, and the Ravens did as well on defense. They made the plays when they had to,
this is one of those games, Rick, where it's too bad someone has to lose.
Yes.
Sean Baptiste and his staff did a great job with the Cumberland kids. Their kids played their hearts out. They're a fine group of football players and a fine group of kids. And the Ravens played equally well, are well coached, and it was just a great game all around.
Yeah, and don't forget, as we mentioned, this is Bantams. These kids are young. They're mostly grade 7s and 8s. They stick with these programs, and we've seen it up close and personal, the development as they get older if they stay with these programs, you know, with the Ravens, the Cumberlands, the Londons, the Niagaras, the Hamiltons, you know. They stay in those programs and grow. They turn into some really good football players.
Absolutely.
And
just a great game, right?
Yeah, and a lot have gone on to play, you know, college, whether it be in the CIS or whatever they call it now.
U-Sport.
U-Sport, yeah.
U-Sports,
or the NC2A. And there you see the championship trophy. So we will have the trophy presentation shortly. As you see the coaches and that still out there shaking hands. And we'll take a timeout and we'll be back with a trophy presentation right after this.
To keep up to date with all of your local sports teams, including the Windsor Spitfires, Windsor Lancers, and St. Clair Saints, and many more, tune into That Sports Show on your TV. News, interviews, and insight from players and coaches from the Windsor-Essex area. We'll see you there.
Thank you.
Thanks to your support of the Warriamps Key Tag service, anything is possible for child amputees. All of our artificial limbs, all of the resources, the seminars, the emotional support, having a positive attitude, all of that is from the Warriamps. Thanks to your support, the Warriamps are changing child amputees' lives every day.
Hi, I'm John Fairley, host of Face to Face on your TV, truly local television. Watch us on Channel 11 or 700 HT. You won't want to miss it.
So who are you? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Seems you have a choice.
Call Cogeco today and get Super Channel for just $10 a month.
Hi, I'm John Fairley, host of Face to Face, and if you want to check out all the thrills and excitement of the 28th Annual Business Excellence Awards for the Windsor and Essex County Chamber, there's one place you can see all the excitement and the fun that we had. It's on VOD 602. Tune in.
Imagine a world with less bullying and more self-esteem. When a child has a mentor, their emotional, social, and physical health can increase dramatically. And when we have happy, healthy young people in our communities, everyone benefits. Right now, there are thousands of children waiting for someone to believe in them. Donate or volunteer for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Imagine who they'll become because of you. Visit imagineBBBS.ca. Presented with the generous support of Manulife.
Huntington's disease is a hereditary degenerative disease of the brain.
If you took schizophrenia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and you mix them all together, you would have Huntington's disease. I just hope that I'm the last.
Community is at the heart of what we do. In Windsor, we are your TV, truly local.
Alexandra Reeves-Resch, the offensive player of the game. From the Essex Ravens, Cody Melton. The championship game's most valuable player trophy and MVP ring presentation, both presented by Terry Barkley and Tyler DeRoche.
It will be me.
The MVP of this afternoon's game from the Essex Ravens champion. The presentation for the finalist banners. Once again presented by Terry Barkley. The finalists are your compliment banners.
Team captain! Team captain! Captain, get ready! Good job, guys! Great game. Great game, guys.
Stand for Glenn. Where do you want him? Right here?
Well, Coach, you got to be feeling pretty good after that one. You know what? Extremely excited for our kids. You know, we finished off the season exactly said what we wanted to do. And, again, hats off to the coach and kids. They did a tremendous job coming in here being prepared.
Never gets tired having the Ravens win a championship, no matter what level.
No, you know what? It's extremely happy for these guys. It's the first, Bantam Summer Championship we've won, and we've been very, very close. And it's a special group of kids, and I'm excited for those guys.
Glenn, what do you think was the key that turned the game around? Because it was awfully close at the half.
You know what's funny is we've been a second-half team the entire season. Last week it was very tight against Niagara. It's 8-7 at halftime. We come out and put 35 straight points up, and we knew we always play our best second-half football, and we did that. We just came out and played, and we buckled down, and we got it done.
And now you can relax until next year.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much, Russ.
Well, very happy Coach Mills on that one, which we expected. And, of course, Glenn, he can be very emotional. For those that don't know Glenn, he loves the kids and will do anything for them. And all he asks is, hey, give me a good effort and trust in myself and the system, and things will work. And it did.
It sure did, Rick. And, it results in a championship. And Glenn works hard at all the levels. But you know something? He's got a great coaching staff. He's got a great support
support staff, and it's the whole Ravens organization, along with the kids, of course, that have won this championship, and kudos to all of them.
Yes, for sure. And of course, congratulations to Cumberland. They played a whale of a game, and I'll tell you, with the caliber of football at all three levels, whether it be Bantam, junior varsity, senior varsity, this is good football, this league. And if you can even get to this far, you've had a heck of a season.
It's tremendous. You don't get to the championship game, the title game in any sport, unless you're among the best of the best.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget, we've got 2 more games coming up for you. The next one's going to start in, a little more than an hour. That's at 3:30, and that will feature the Durham Dolphins and the Hamilton Junior Tiger Cats. And that will be the junior varsity game. That will be at 3:30 live here on your TV from the Alumni Stadium here at the University of Windsor campus. Until then, on behalf of Ross, I'm Rick. We'll see you then.